Hey guys, Haas with Haas Games and Cards, and I hope you're all doing awesome because you all deserve it. What do we got going on today? Well, today we're going to talk about how I was right about Prismatic Evolutions. It's not the news that people want to hear. Hell, it's not the news I want to hear. I want to hear that there's so much Prismatic Evolutions that's printed to the ground. I can get it from distro anytime I want. Everybody's able to get what they want, eventually rip open the hits that they want, all that fun stuff. That's what I want to hear. And I want to hear that Journey Together is just so overprinted that I can buy a ton of it, sell a ton of it, and same with everything else after that. But unfortunately, that's not how it is. And I ended up being right. We called this a few videos ago when we were talking about Prismatic Evolutions, the actual available stock, what you can get from distro, and how it's going to look to the public and how much there's going to be. So when we were looking at that, there's a lot of YouTube creators. I remember Dr. Applesauce and a bunch of other creators were saying things that people wanted to hear, but were not true or factual.
Feel wronged by things that people tell you.
A lot of them are sitting there saying, just wait, because you'll be able to get this stuff. It'll be back at MSRP. Pokemon will print it to the ground. Don't you remember being able to find 151 all over the place, super easy, and all that fun jazz?
Thing for me are the side effects, mostly the psychological ones, specifically reduction in fluid intelligence.
That's what they ended up saying. And I had to kind of come in and be like, well, I don't know about your state, but in my state, 151, as soon as it hit the shelves, would be gone. Except for one time when they did the ETBs at Costco. But I think people saw that $80 tag because it had 2 tins with it. So I think people saw that $80 tag and they're like, oh, I'm not doing that. That's such a rip. And they didn't see the eventual value of the ETB itself hitting $200, which is crazy. That's huge. That's expensive. I don't think people saw that coming, and so they kind of slept on those ETBs. But I remember the last few days they were in stock, when people kind of realized where those were going, gone. They got bought up so quick. And I remember on release day for 151, stores at most would get maybe one display bundle of booster bundles and then maybe some ETBs. So, and I remember trying to find it at grocery stores, and you'd find a random like binder collection here and there, a random Zapdos box, a random ETB, and just kind of random stuff here and there if you're lucky to catch it by a restock, but you'd never find the booster bundles. Those were super hard to find. And you just had to be lucky. You had to be lucky enough to catch it on a restock, you know? And a lot of people weren't stocking the vendors back then, but there was enough people out and about to try to find that stuff and grab it up before other people can. And then there's the apps like Best Buy. I remember there's a couple different booster bundle drops on Best Buy, and you would try to get it. The Best Buy app would freeze up. It'd put you in a queue. You'd be there for hours and then not be able to get anything. I remember Walmart doing some drops, and that went super quick. So 151 wasn't as available as what people were saying. And then there's like the TikTok coupon era, where I think there's just so many UPCs that people were trying to offload them, and now they're ripped up so much that it's just really hard to find them. And now if you do get any from distro, which I recently did, they're making you pay pretty much market price on them. And you can only get 2 of them per week. So that's crazy. And they're out of stock. They're gone now. The booster bundles I recently got from distro and the UPCs, they were gone so fast. And you can get 1 display per week and 2 UPCs per week. They're going to be at market price, and they were gone. I ordered up the weekly order amount that I could, and that was it. No more. So freaking crazy. But people were saying, oh yeah, since 151 I could find it here and there, Prismatic Evolutions will be the same. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. We have people that are fighting over product.
Interested in committing acts of violence.
So think of it, you're brushing your teeth and you're thinking, I want to beat this guy up.
I don't know if I have time to find the video footage. If I can, I will insert it.
Go for it.
Really?
Dude.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, come on, bro.
Thank you.
That's ridiculous.
I got one.
But you had people fighting over ETBs recently at a Target restock. You have people following around the restock vendors. I know in my state they're doing that. It's crazy. And just a lot of wild things, because when a store does restock this stuff, it's gone in an instant. If it even has enough time to make it to a Facebook page, like a restock Facebook page notification, it's usually gone well before anybody can really go look at it. And that's the thing, is these stores, they only restock, at least in our stores here, maybe 4 or 5 ETBs at a time. Maybe 10 max, but I've never seen that. I've heard of it, but every time I've seen it, it's been like 4 or 5 ETBs. I don't even try to look for it. I don't even try to look for it because it's such a rat race. But you had a lot of creators saying, just wait. You'll be able to find this stuff easy. Not true. Not true. Super hard to find. And then you had creators saying, oh, and Pokemon Center too. You know, the Pokemon company, they were like, hey, don't you worry. They're ramping up printing. They're making printing so good. They're ramping up printing. They released that letter, that notification saying, hey, we are going to print this stuff to high heaven. And I still hope they do. I really hope they do, but we don't know what form that's going to take. Is it going to be like a specialty product? Is it going to be booster bundles, ETBs? Is it only going to be allowed at big box stores? Are LGS and distribution going to get a hold of it? Who knows? Who knows? Because there's a lot of stuff like the Sea and Sky boxes. Distro didn't get those, and look how those got handled and scalped. A 20-minute or 20 limit buy, but then you get 2 people with accounts and they just go buy the whole pallet. Nope. This stuff isn't easy to find. Not just Prismatic, but this stuff. And it's interesting because then I've been looking at like a lot of the local Facebooks and, you know, the buy sell trade groups and stuff like that. When someone posts this stuff at market value, there's people that get on them and they say, oh, I could have gone this from Target for MSRP. How come you're not selling it at MSRP? And it's like, well, on what given day can you walk into Target and get this stuff at MSRP? Like what day? I never find this stuff, and if I do, I have to hope it's not gone, but anytime there is a restock, it's gone like that. And so if you can't just regularly walk into a store and find this stuff, market value is valid, unfortunately. I don't like that answer. That's the answer. That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear that I'm able to get stuff under MSRP and then still sell it under MSRP and just sell a lot of it. I like playing the volume game, and I used to do that before Surging Sparks. I can't now. Because now Distro sells it to me well over MSRP. They sell it at market to me, which tells me that every time they sell it to me, there's going to be price hikes. And so I kind of sit there going, oh, if I buy it at current market, am I screwed? No, because I know the price is going to go up. And that's kind of what Distro forecasts to me anytime they make me buy stuff at a way absurd price. Because what you're going to find is initial release quantities is at a good deal. But then after that, anything else Distro, in my opinion, I think they withhold it. I don't think they just magically get a restock from Pokemon and say, oh, okay, now here we got some more. Buy it at our market value, at the current market value. I think they do their allocations and they release part of it and then they sell the rest of it for market price because they know they can. I think they know that this is a time where they can bank in a lot of money, and they're going to do that. They're going to absolutely do that. They're going to, I think, release only part of it on release day at a decent price, and then after that, pure market value. So I didn't want to say I'm right, but I'm right. And we're going to go through and look at all the products and see where we're at. Did it end up getting printed to high heavens? Is it easy to find? Can you just walk into a store? And market value? Did the market value go down to MSRP? Let's see where we're at with everything. And spoiler alert, no. So we have the Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. This thing was pretty crazy. Now, not saying these products didn't have a dip. They all had a dip, but they're all trending back up to go back to where they were at, and still at a ridiculous price. All these items are still at a ridiculous price, as you'll see here in a minute. Because, like I said, they did have a drop, but they are trending back up to where they used to be at, which tells me they're going to hit what they used to be and then go higher. But they're still at a stupid price. Still at a stupid price. So, Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer box, which you could have gotten from the Pokemon Center for $60. Market on it is $323, is where we're at. And we even get some up in the $349s. Kind of is all over the place. And it looks like it had a dip at some point, but it's slowly climbing back up, especially with that $349 per. And if you go here very quickly, we're going to be hitting 330s, 340s, 345, 350, 350. We get to the third page and we're already consistently in the 350s. And fourth page, we are at the 380s, almost $400. So getting very close to where this product was hitting at some point. So we're not too far away from that. About 90, let's see, it looks like 8 of these sell daily. We'll get there eventually. It'll take a little bit of time, but we'll get there. And also, speaking of which, speaking of Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, these were very hard to get. And usually on release, they do another wave of these. They never did that for this. I don't know if they're planning on doing another one or not. But they're insanely hard to find, guys. I don't think you can... I don't know if they'll do another wave of them. I hope so, because I want more. But I don't think they will. But what we're trying to do is a giveaway. We're trying to do a giveaway of this Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. In the video description is going to be a link to another video that is for the giveaway for this. Now, it is going to require some work from you guys. But this is a very expensive box, so a little work I think is okay to ask for, because this thing's expensive as hell and you're not going to find another one. And you know, in a handful of years, this thing is going to be way more expensive than it already is. So all I'm asking is on the giveaway video for this, because we need to hit 10,000 subscribers by my birthday, May 25th. To give this away, we need to hit 10,000 subscribers. I need you to go like the video, subscribe, comment, and share it. I need you guys to share this to everyone possible so we can hit that goal and give this away to someone, because a lot of people didn't get these. I want to give this away to somebody. So that's completely up to you guys. If you guys want this given away, which I know you guys have the power to make happen, we need to share this video out. If not, we're still going to give something away. It just won't be this. So definitely do me a favor, because any share, any like, any comment, any subscription, anything really helps a ton. So definitely help us out. I appreciate you all. You all are awesome. So Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes never went back to MSRP, never will. And even 151 Elite Trainer boxes, at one point I was able to pick those up for $70 to $100 every day, super easy. And now they're well over 200. This thing is out the gate above 300 and climbing. So if you think this is going to go down, you're wrong. Sorry. Again, I know you don't want to hear it, but you're wrong. Then we have the normal Elite Trainer box right here, my friends. Its high point was 151. Now watch this. 151 was its high point. There's 155 of these sold every day. And that's average. That is average. So we look at this. Last sold today, 145. Look how close we are to getting back up to this 151. we're right there, folks. We are so close. 145 right there, 137, 137, 130. Very consistently fluctuating between the 130s to 137, and now a new high of 145. So, yeah, that's going to hit its highest point at some point, which tells me we're not only going to hit that, but we're going to get higher. We're going to get higher than that. And another thing I forgot to mention too. Actually, we'll talk about that later. Let's move on. The surprise box. This one ended up doing a lot better than I thought it would. I thought this one would kind of be very expensive out the gate and then just completely tank, but those promos must be doing, I mean, the Umbreon promo itself, I think is about $60. 60, 66 bucks, something like that. So before it released, we had a high point of like the $100 to $105 range, right? And where we're at is these are market price for $67. And you have to remember, this is like a $22, $25 MSRP product. Only 22 to 25 bucks MSRP. This thing is very steadily maintaining between $65 and $70 very consistently in sales. Look at all that. 65s, 70s. All down the map. All down the map there. In fact, yeah. That's just crazy. So, for a product like that and what it has inside of it, very much so maintaining that. Now we have some here. I don't know what this is. Oh, these are the promos only. So this might throw off the market price. I really hate that TCG Player allows this. They need to definitely put a stop to this. If you are just selling the card, put it as a card listing. There's a place for it. This is not the place for it at all. So, Sylveon stamped. Vaporeon. Let's see if they have an Umbreon. Espeon, Leafeon. So, it looks like they don't put the Umbreons in here. They know better. They're like, oh yeah, Umbreon needs to go in its own place and it's way more expensive. So, as we look at this, check this out, my friends. On the first page where we actually have the surprise boxes listed, they are already going to be $70, 74, 75, and very quickly jump up to the $75 to almost $80 range in the first few pages. So that is crazy. That is crazy. So again, even if reprints happen of this product, which who knows they will, because they never came out with the Pokemon Center exclusive ETB again, which has a stamp promo, so why would they redo this one? Don't think they would. So this is, like, even if this does get printed again, it's not going to hit MSRP. It may dip down again, but not MSRP. We go to the binder collection. Highest point of the binder collection, $80. Yep, $80 is the highest point. We look at it now, 73, 73, 80, 83. So it's already, in some instances, already been selling again at its highest point. We have about 36 of these sold on a daily. A lot of people are killing them. I hate how they put the binders in here. That pisses me off. But very quickly, we're back in the 80s. So again, not only did this not drop down to MSRP, it is almost back up to its highest point. If it does get printed again, definitely not going to be at MSRP. And I don't know. Just a lot of people are so wrong about how this was going to play out. And even if they do reprint it, oh yeah, is it going to drop? Sure. Is it going to drop from 80 to 50? Sure, maybe. But that's still a lot higher than MSRP and a lot higher than it should be. I feel like a lot of content creators wanted to get the good views, they wanted to get the good vibes, and they wanted to get the viewership to love them and be like, oh yes, this guy's creating such positivity, and I want to create positivity, but I want to be realistic. I don't want people to miss out on opportunities thinking that they're going to get something for a lot cheaper at some point when they're probably not. Like I said, if you can't walk into a store and just regularly grab this, it's not going to be at the price you want. I hope, like I said, I hope I end up being even more wrong further down the road. I hope this gets printed so much that like even a scalper can't buy however much there is. But when do they have the time? My Journey Together allocations suck. My Prismatic allocations sucked, and that tells me my Team Rocket allocations are going to suck. So when do they have time? Because there's not going to be any time to catch up on printing when there's like 5 other sets on top of Prismatic that need to be printed. There's no time. And new sets coming out. There's absolutely no time. We have the mini tins, which, let's see, their highest point was 58. These ones are taking a little bit longer to catch back up to, but they're just mini tins. They just have packs, so I get it. No one cares about like the little artwork cards and stuff like that. But we're sitting between 33 to 40 bucks per. So again, these are like what, a $10 MSRP, and we're more than double whatever MSRP is. Which one's this? Oh, and this is the other interesting thing too. This is what I was going to bring up earlier, but I'm saving it for this. One of the other reasons why content creators were like, hey, you know what, you need to hold off because things will get cheap. There's so much products being released over a year span. So much products. It's going to be okay. We have so much coming down the pipeline. All this stuff, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. Promising that. And it's like, yeah, there is more product coming down the line. But for this, for booster bundles, again, my allocations suck. I'm getting 1 case of booster bundles and that's it. That's all distro would give me. And yeah, everyone else is going to be hurting. And if you think you can just walk into the store and grab these on release day, scalpers are going to buy them before you can. They're going to beat you to it every time. They have a lot more free time and dedication than you guys have. They will beat you to getting this. Like, you're not going to get it. You won't. You're not going to get it for MSRP. You'll be able to get it for market price, but you will not be getting it at MSRP. You might get lucky. You might wait in line for 12, like 5, 6, 7 hours in the cold if it's during the winter time, and trying to, get a spot in line for 2, because a lot of stores put a 2 bundle limit on it. So you're going to be waiting in line forever to get 2 of them. And that's not fulfilling. That's not worth it. Like, I am not going to waste my time waiting in line for, even though getting these at MSRP and reselling them at market is definitely something that'd be lucrative, but like for the purchase limits and for how long I have to wait in line and freeze my butt off, it's not worth it to me. I'm not doing that. I got better things to do. So here we are. This product's not even out yet. Not even released. Doesn't release until the 17th of March, or 7th of March. So all this is pre-sale. We hit a high point of 109, which is super crazy. 109 on booster bundles is ridiculous. But look at this. 93. We're in the 93 range. Has barely even dropped down. Very consistently selling for 93. And there's only 132 on the market. Only 132. So at release, this is obviously going to drop down, right? We fully anticipate this not staying at that $100, $90 to $100 range. It's going to drop down, just like all the other products that came out for Prismatic. Once release date happened, they did have a pretty decent drop, but did it drop down to MSRP? Absolutely not. Did it drop down by half? No, didn't drop down by half. I would say you have to think about it. 151 booster bundles are going $65 to $70 right now. This has more hype than 151, less availability, and I can guarantee that this thing stays at least 65 to 70 bucks. At least 65 to 70 bucks. I don't think it's going to deviate much from that. There's no way, but we'll find out. We'll see. But one thing you have to look at too is with what's left on the market, because like I said, there's only 132 on the market right now on TCG Player. here's your options, because look at this. All the 93s were bought up right there. So you can get, there's 20 93s here, 20 93s there, 15 93. And then after that wall is broken, 99, 100, 105, 109, 139, 131. Ouch. So trust me when I say that I don't think, if these do drop, it's going to be like between 65 to 70-ish bucks. I don't think, I don't think you're going to be finding these even close to MSRP. Again, if you can camp out a store, walk in there every single day and catch them at a restock, sure, you'll get some at MSRP. You'll get like 2, 3, but is it worth all that effort? No, it's not. And again, I don't say this because I want to be like, haha, I told you so. And I don't want to say this because I want to be like, oh, guess what? You're all screwed. You're never going to get this MSRP. I hate it too. Okay? All the stuff that distribution and the Pokemon company are doing right now does nothing but make it to where I sell less of these because I can't get as much. If I do get them, I have to pay almost market, and then I have to sell it for market, and that doesn't look good. But I have to sell it. I can't just pay more for it and then sit on it forever. I guess I could. I guess I could be like Pokey and be like, oh, what? You would rather have me sit on it for a year and then sell it for whatever market value is? So I get that. Like, Brian's completely right. Like, it's either you sell it now or you sell it a year later for even more. It's like, when is the right time to do market? I think market is valid at any point in time. I think market for stores is valid when you cannot order it regularly from distro. Like, if you can't get restocks below MSRP, then yeah, if market's gonna have to be valid. But that's the thing, is if distro sold this to us below MSRP, we would all sell it at MSRP all day, because we want to make that money. We want to cut out the third-party seller. We want to be like, oh yeah, why would you go buy a $93 booster bundle when I'm doing it for $25, when I'm doing it for $30?
Kind of like, how dare they attitude, like it's me, I'm the man.
You know, I would love to undercut these $93 guys, but if I don't have the product to do it, then that's not going to happen, you know? So we need to get Pokemon to print more. We need distro to sit there and not allow, we need to not allow distros to just release whatever allocations they have and then say they're out, but then come back with a restock being like, okay, we're going to sell it at market to you, so you have to sell it at market or above. Like, that's crazy. That's so crazy.
Like, all I feel is rage and frustration.
And so, in my opinion, you need to, I don't know, things need to change, obviously, but all these people getting mad that these are getting sold at market or above, not store's fault. They get it for market or above. Like I said, if we could get it at MSRP, we'd sell it. Or sorry, if we could get it below MSRP, we would sell it at MSRP, or at least I would. I would, because if I could restock anytime I wanted to, I would be flipping out volume like crazy, and I'd be like, yeah, you go post yours for $93 because I'm going to do mine for $30, and people are going to buy mine over yours. But the world we live in. So with this set, don't expect it to go to MSRP anytime soon. It will not, even with reprints. Reprints may dent the pricing, but as we saw with the Paldea Evolved reprint, not only did it barely even impact it, but now Paldea Evolved is more expensive than it ever was. I think it feeds the hype. So if you are going to print this Pokemon, if you're watching this, if you are going to print it to high heavens. Like, print till the printers are broken, and then get distribution to sell it to us for a decent price. You need to get down to the distribution level and say, hey, stop selling this at market. We gave it to you guys well below market and well below whatever you sell it to stores for. Sell it below MSRP so stores can sell it for MSRP. That's what we need to get Pokemon to do. Will they do it? I doubt it. They don't care. They're all getting their money. Who doesn't get money is the stores like me that barely get any allocation, so we can barely do anything with this set anyways. So if you're thinking, I guess in summary, if you're thinking this is going to get down to MSRP even with reprints, you're wrong. And if Journey Together allocations speak anything, it's that they don't have time to reprint this set. They don't, or at least not to a significant amount for it to make a difference. Also, guys, thank you for watching. If you could, or if you end up feeling like supporting us, we do have a mystery product. We're basically at worst, for a slightly overpriced booster pack price, you get booster packs per purchase, or you could get really cool slabs. We have tons of sealed product, including 151 UPCs. We also have Prismatic Evolution binder collections, ETBs in there, which is awesome. All the fun expense. We have more slabs in there too. I just need to upload pictures. We have Surging Sparks booster boxes. We have all the fun stuff in there. So I don't have a Patreon, but if you do want to support the channel, the mystery product is the best way to do it. Is it a gamble? Is it the most bang for your buck? Absolutely not. But is it fun when you get something a lot more expensive that ends up being a lot more than $8? Absolutely. Any of these booster boxes are about $200. The 151 UPCs are like $300. The 151 ETBs are $200. The 151 Japanese booster boxes are like $130 now, $130, $150. Everything's up in price. And if you can snag one of those for $8, so cool. So cool. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a good night. Don't do anything crazy.